Hello everybody, Lisa from Supportive Tarot. At the time I'm filming this, it is evening time. It's almost time for me to climb into bed, but I had a really lovely evening where I was really focused on self-care. And while I had a really luxurious and long bubble bath, I was thinking about my experiences so far on YouTube and the impact of this experience filming and being here in this space and my self-love or self-worth practice. What I had noticed when I first got started here was that I started recording without expecting anything, any response, any subscribers, anything like that. I just really wanted to be involved. And then, as the first few people started subscribing, I got really excited. And then I found myself getting really wrapped up in that number. And it's only been a little over a week for me at the time that I'm filming this. And I realized that that was not good for my self-worth practice. And what it made me realize is that it's very easy in our current social media climate to measure our worth and our worthiness by the number of subscribers, the number of likes and comments, the engagement that we get on social media. And that is a slippery slope, my friends, because the reality is that self-worth has to come from within. And I think that counts even more so in a space like YouTube, because this is the internet. It is like the wild frontier, and anybody can say anything. Anybody can judge you on your appearance, on the way that you present yourself, on your opinions, on your looks, on anything. And so it's really something I want to be mindful of here in this space, that I am not measuring my worth, the value of the content that I create, or any of that stuff by the number on a screen. I caught myself doing this a little bit the other day when I noticed that my subscriber numbers have been kind of climbing, and I've been getting really excited, really excited, mostly because I'm excited to be engaging with people, to have people enjoying the content that I'm putting out. That makes me feel really good. But when I noticed that my subscriber number dropped by 2 people, I mean, by 2, but when I noticed that it dropped, I had a moment of oh, what did I do? And I was like, oh no, Lisa, we are not going to do this. We are not going to be on YouTube worrying about the people that don't like my content or that don't feel like subscribing for whatever reason. Because you know what? The people that I am going to resonate the most with, or that are going to resonate the most with what I have to say, are going to subscribe. And the people that don't resonate with who I am authentically are probably not going to stick around. Could be that I'm too talkative for them. Could be the kind of content I put out isn't their style. And I don't have to care what the reason is, because the reality is that out in the real world, we either connect with somebody or we don't. And it's not necessarily something that we think, that person is a slime, I can't stand them. I mean, we have our judgmental moments, but the reality is a lot of the time, when we are, especially out in the public domain, when we're deciding whose content we want to follow or whose content we want to consume, we're making that decision based on what feels real, or really like a good connection with ourselves. I had some really good advice once from the instructor in my foundational yoga teacher training. I think that's where I got it from. So Dan Clement, amazing guy. My foundational yoga teacher training was amazing. But the piece of advice that really stuck with me was that we can't, as teachers, or as people who want to share something with the world, we can't really afford to get hung up on who's going to enjoy what we're doing and who's not. Because when I was new as a yoga teacher, the urge was, if I got any feedback on my class, to make a change. Oh, your class is too fast, so I'd slow it down. Oh, your class is too slow, so I'd speed it up. And what I realized is that I wasn't teaching the way that I wanted to teach, and the people that did like the way that I wanted to teach, they weren't going to stick around because I was too busy catering to everybody else. So translating this to YouTube and to the way I want to engage with this community is really simple. I'm going to create the content that I want to create, the content that feels real and authentic and meaningful to me, and the people that enjoy that content are going to stick around. And the people that don't enjoy that content, or that don't, maybe it's too much of the same thing that they've already got, or maybe their tastes change, those people are going to move along. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be surrounded by the people that resonate with what I have to offer, and those people are going to hopefully find content that resonates more with them. But I wanted to address this because I think it can get really tempting to judge ourselves by the numbers on the screen. And YouTube behind the scenes gives you a lot of analytics. You get to see how many likes you're getting on videos, the average watch time, how many subscribers, people that unsubscribed, where your people are located at, what age they are. And if I let all of that stuff color the way that I create content here, then what's going to come out of me is not going to be real, and it's not going to resonate with the people that would have resonated with what I really want to offer here. So it was a good reality check, and I'm glad that I had that reality check while my channel is still brand new little baby YouTube channel, because I think I really want to set that sacred intention that my self-worth is not going to be tied up in how many people are subscribing to my channel. That said, I really still get excited when people subscribe. So I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm not going to let it define me or the content that I put out. So I just wanted to put a little message out there, because I think this is something that a lot of YouTube creators struggle with, both big and small. And I've seen the implications. I've seen the consequences of that obsession we can get with the number. I've seen the consequences of that in other YouTube communities and creators who have lost themselves along the way. And I'm not saying that it's not going to happen to me. You never know. You never know how you'll get swept up in a community or in a hobby, or which, both of those things is what YouTube is to me right now. It's easy to get swept up. It's easy to lose sight of what your original intent is. And maybe this video can serve as a bit of a placeholder for me later, something to look back on and go, oh yeah, this is what's in line with my personal self-worth path. My personal self-worth path is I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I want to communicate and connect with people in an authentic way. I'm doing this because it feels good. And if it stops feeling good, I hope that I'll be able to stop doing this, because that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to impress people. I'm not here to get some kind of attention. This is about connecting and about sharing and about being a voice that maybe isn't afraid to say stuff like, hey, YouTube can really mess with your self-worth if you're not careful. So I'm going to leave it there, but I just wanted to throw this out there because I'm sure other people struggle with the same thing. And I just wanted to say, hey, it's normal. It's normal to see a number and go, oh, what does that mean? But at the end of the day, this should be something, at least I think, for me, I probably should speak for me, but for me, this should be something that feels good. So I hope that wherever you are, whether it's afternoon, evening, morning, or whatnot, that you have a beautiful, beautiful day or night or whatever. And I hope to see you again in my next video. Thanks all. Bye.